This is how Swede speaks.
On Friday, January 18th, 2019, the Swedish Parliament elected Stefan Löfven as Prime Minister. Next week he will start working on forming a government. So the 131 days long government crisis in Sweden is over, for now. But for how long will that last? And in the United States of America, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, wants President Donald Trump to postpone the State of the Union address. Trump responded by denying Pelosi military aircrafts to fly to Brussels, Egypt and Afghanistan. In America there is an ongoing government shutdown. Who will give in first? President Trump or the Democrats? And can the Swedish right learn something from Trump? Those are the things that we will address in this video. Before we get started, I want to thank my patrons and donors. This is my day job. Without you, this channel would not be possible. As I said, the Swedish Parliament elected Stefan Löfven as Prime Minister on January 18th. 115 voted in favor, 153 voted against, and 77 abstained from voting. Oh yeah, and there were 4 parliamentarians who were absent. Löfven was elected by the Social Democrats and the Green Party, while the Liberal Party, the Centre Party and the Left Party abstained from voting, except for one parliamentarian from the Centre Party, Helena Lindahl, who voted against. Kudos to her for that. The moderate coalition party, the Christian Democrats and the Sweden Democrats voted against. Some of you might have noticed that there were more votes against than in favor, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, if a majority votes against, that means that there must be at least 175 votes against for a candidate for Prime Minister not to become Prime Minister, and there were only 153 votes against Stefan Löfven in the Swedish Parliament, also known as the Riksdag. Stefan Löfven will now form a Social Democrat Green Party coalition government. To be able to form this government, the Social Democrats and the Green Party first had to make a deal with the Liberal Party and the Centre Party. And to make sure that the Communist Left Party wouldn't vote against Stefan Löfven, they then had to make a deal with the Left Party. Which is interesting, since the deal with the Centre Party and the Liberal Party clearly states that the Communist Left Party shall have no influence over the government's policies. Jonas Sjöstedt, leader of the Communist Left Party, has said that if the government introduces market rents that are decided by the free market instead of by politicians, they will vote against the government. And if the Communist Left Party decides to vote against the Löfven government, it will fall. Sjöstedt said that they are ready to vote with the moderates and the Christian Democrats against the government. He forgot to mention the Sweden Democrats. It would be interesting if the communists in the Left Party really voted against the government, but I will believe it when I see it. The Left Party have been consistent in backing up the Social Democrats in office throughout its history. But I'm not so sure that most Swedes are happy about this government. According to a recent poll, the Moderate Coalition Party, the Christian Democrats and the Sweden Democrats, the three parties that voted against Stefan Löfven as Prime Minister, would have their own majority in the Swedish Parliament if there was a general election now. So I will hope for the Löfven government to fall. But you know, this government makes sense in one way. It shows us that the conflict lines in Swedish politics, as in the politics in other Western countries, are no longer just about financial policies. It's no longer just about taxation levels and regulations. In the US, we have seen it in the recent debacle between Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson, both on the right, but disagreeing over financial policies, where Carlson wants more government intervention in the economy and Shapiro wants less. The conflict lines in Swedish politics are now about immigration, assimilation, gender studies. The conflict is now about culture. In that conflict, the Sweden Democrats, the Christian Democrats and the Moderate Coalition Party will be the more right-wing or conservative parties, while the Social Democrats, the Left Party, the Green Party, the Liberal Party and the Centre Party are joined by promoting open borders, identity politics, radical feminism and so on. The Social Democrats are actually divided over immigration, and Stefan Löfven had to change his position on chain migration to be able to make a deal with the Centre Party and the Liberal Party. So this government will be in favor of chain migration. Meanwhile, in America, in the United States, a government shutdown has gone on for a while. On January 16th, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi asked President Trump to either reschedule his State of the Union address to Congress or hand-deliver his State of the Union remarks on paper to Congress due to the ongoing government shutdown. Pelosi said that this was because of security concerns. Pelosi has previously invited Trump to hold his State of the Union address on January 29th. I think that Trump should hold it anyway. Perhaps he could go down to the US-Mexico border and hold the address there. Everyone in the United States is affected by what's going on at the border. Drugs and criminals enter the United States through the border, and crime victims of trafficking are also brought through the same border. Did you know that Latin Americans are trafficked to work in the United States? It was not okay to ship Africans as slaves to America, and it is not okay to bring Spanish-speaking people as slaves to America either. In any case, Trump's response was legendary. On January 17th, President Trump sent Speaker Pelosi a letter just minutes before she was about to use a military aircraft to go to Brussels, Egypt and Afghanistan. In the letter, US President Donald Trump wrote the following, quote, "Dear Madam Speaker, due to the shutdown, I'm sorry to inform you that your trip to Brussels, Egypt and Afghanistan has been postponed. We will reschedule this 7-day excursion when the shutdown is over. In light of the 800,000 great American workers not receiving pay, I'm sure you would agree that postponing this public relations event is totally appropriate. I also feel that during this period it would be better if you were in Washington negotiating with me and joining the strong border security movement to end the shutdown. Obviously, if you would like to make your journey by flying commercial, that would certainly be your prerogative. I look forward to seeing you soon, and even more forward to watching our open and dangerous southern border finally receive the attention, funding and security it so desperately deserves. Sincerely, Donald Trump." Unquote. That's just great. What is Pelosi supposed to do now? Well, she could start working with the president. How about that? Why on earth would Pelosi go abroad during the government shutdown? And you know, the conflict lines are the same in Sweden and in the United States. The conflict goes between left liberals and conservatives. And here's what the Swedish right, if there is one, could learn from President Trump. Trump stands his ground. The Democrats in the mainstream media calls him bad names, and they make up stories about him. Russian collusion, anyone? They haven't been able to prove anything, and they won't give it a rest. What does he do? He fires back. He does not back down. Instead he takes it and he punches back. And this is what the Swedish right wing should do too. Sweden Democrat leader Jimmie Åkesson talks about a conservative bloc in Swedish politics. This bloc consists of the Sweden Democrats, the Christian Democrats and the moderate coalition party. Although so far it's only Jimmie Åkesson among the party leaders who talks about this. But this is the logical development of things in Sweden as in other Western countries. So I'm looking forward to seeing a conservative bloc form in Swedish politics. And I'm looking forward to the next government crisis in Sweden, really. Although, historically, the Communist Left Party have consistently backed up the Social Democrats, so I'm not holding my breath. And that's what I have to say about this, right now. So what do you think? Comment below, and if you like this video, I'd really appreciate any donations. Even $1 makes a difference. If everyone who watched this channel gave $1, it would transform this channel. Just take a look at the links below. But if you really can't financially support this channel, I would be very grateful if you would share a link to one of your favorite videos from this channel on your social media, because ad revenue also helps. Most importantly, please pray for this channel. Also, remember to check out my live stream on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11:30 p.m. Central European Time. Until next time, have a nice day, thank you for watching, and God bless.